World War II soldiers faced some of the harshest winters ever recorded in Europe. From the frozen forests of the Ardennes to the snow-swept Eastern Front, troops battled not just the enemy, but the cold itself. Reports from the field speak of frostbite, hypothermia, and entire units immobilized by sub-zero temperatures. Amidst this struggle, soldiers quietly relied on a device so effective it was rarely documented, a field heater that seemingly never existed. Official manuals omitted it, yet it became a lifesaver, a piece of improvised technology that transformed survival in extreme cold. Today, this forgotten World War II innovation still offers valuable lessons for bushcraft, winter camping, and emergency preparedness. We're going to uncover how it worked, why it was so effective, and how you can apply its principles today. The heater was simple, but, ingeniously efficient. Unlike modern heaters with electronics or fuel tanks, the World War II field heater relied on basic materials and clever design. Soldiers combined small amounts of solid fuel, such as compressed alcohol or coal briquettes, with a metal container to create concentrated heat. What made it exceptional was how it maximized thermal radiation without consuming large amounts of fuel. The design included reflective surfaces, often improvised from tins, foil, or polished metal, that directed heat toward the user rather than letting it dissipate into the cold air. For modern campers and survivalists, the lesson is clear. A small focused heat source is often more effective than a large one. You can replicate this principle with a metal container, solid fuel tablets, and a reflective barrier behind the heat source. Even in extreme cold, this setup can provide localized warmth sufficient to prevent frostbite or hypothermia. Part of the reason the field heater, never existed in official documentation is that it was mostly improvised. Soldiers would use empty ration tins, discarded ammunition boxes, and, whatever scraps of metal they could find to put together the heater. They'd make a chamber for fuel, a little platform to keep it off the snow, and even a simple reflector to help save heat. By mixing creativity with necessity, these folks really did turn scrap into life-saving technology. This way of thinking, honestly, still has direct applications today. In emergencies, you can put together a small portable heater with just a tin can, some aluminum foil, and solid fuel tablets. Or even wood shavings, if that's all you've got. The main thing is to understand the principles. Keep the fuel safely contained, direct the heat where you need it, and make sure to insulate or lift the heater so you don't lose all that warmth to the ground. While personal heating was a priority, soldiers quickly discovered additional uses. The device could melt snow for drinking water, warm small rations, or even sterilize utensils. By combining heat conservation techniques with reflective surfaces and a small fuel source, it became a multifunctional survival tool. In field reports, soldiers noted that units with access to this improvised heater fared significantly better than those relying solely on layered clothing and campfires. Modern survivalists can really adopt this mindset. Even a simple portable heater, it can be used to cook, melt snow, or warm water for hygiene and hydration. Thinking beyond personal comfort honestly allows a single device to serve multiple purposes, which reduces the gear you need to carry and improves efficiency out in the field. Despite its simplicity, the field heater demanded careful handling. Soldiers had to avoid tipping fuel containers, igniting surrounding materials, or using it in poorly ventilated areas. Learning to position the heater safely, on snow, on metal, or surrounded by stones, was just as important as the fuel itself. Improper use could lead to burns, fire, or even smoke inhalation. For modern users, this really reinforces the principle of risk management. Always use solid fuel heaters on stable, non-flammable surfaces. And, keep reflective barriers clear of combustible materials and make sure there's proper ventilation when using the heater indoors or in tents. Small, controlled fires are effective and safe when treated with respect and planning. Soldiers didn't rely solely on the heater. They paired it with blankets, insulated clothing, and enclosed shelters. The heater's output was concentrated in a small space, often under a makeshift tent or inside a snow cave, so the combination of insulation and radiant heat kept soldiers warm far more efficiently than either approach alone. Modern applications follow the same principle. A portable field heater works best in a small, insulated area. Whether using a tent, lean-to, or insulated bivy sack, combining the heater with thermal blankets or clothing maximizes warmth and conserves fuel. Understanding how heat interacts with insulation is honestly key to surviving cold conditions effectively. The field heater's legacy is in its principles, not its hardware. What makes this World War II innovation remarkable is not the device itself, but really the philosophy behind it. Use minimal resources efficiently, improvise from available materials, and, combine heat sources with insulation. These lessons are timeless, and honestly, they're applicable for bushcraft enthusiasts, winter campers, and anyone interested in emergency preparedness. Even without an exact replica, mastering the principles allows you to create a reliable heat source with minimal gear. It's all about using what you have, right? The World War II field heater that never existed shows that ingenuity and resourcefulness often outweigh official manuals or expensive gear. By learning to focus heat, conserve fuel, and combine insulation with radiant warmth, modern survivalists can thrive in extreme cold conditions. If you found this exploration of forgotten battlefield technology valuable, subscribe to Backyard Wisdom and share this video with fellow history buffs and outdoor enthusiasts. The strategies of the past can still save lives today. Sometimes with nothing more than a tin, a little fuel, and a bit of creativity.